going on, guys? It is currently Sunday night, but you will be seeing this video Monday, tomorrow. Well, today. But yeah. And today's video is about customs. And like I mentioned in my last video, I told you guys that I'm going to be starting a new venture, and that is involving my customs. As a lot of you know, I have over probably a year and a half now, I really started getting into the customization aspect of this hobby. It is a lot of fun. Still a lot left to learn, but I've plugged away at it and I have gotten a lot better, if I do say so myself. I mean, we all start out somewhere, and the only way to get better is, that old saying, practice makes perfect, and the more you do it, the better off you will be. And, I have decided to do my own sort of freebie list, as Hewitt likes to call it. I have never told anybody who is on that list. It's just basically if you received a package from me, it could potentially have a freebie custom in it. Of course, I have tailored each and every one to that specific person, and I still have a lot more to do as well. So again, I know a lot of you guys really wanted to win that drag bus and stuff like that, but I promise you guys, if you keep commenting, if you keep supporting, taking the time to watch my videos, subscribing, all that fun stuff, chances are you will end up on the list. But I am just not telling who is on the list because, that could also entail people that are just impatient and this, that, and the other. So yeah, and I will continue to do that this year as well. I'm actually working on a couple right now as we speak. But the main point of this video is to talk about opening up commission work, essentially selling my customs that I do. Now, I'm not going to sell every single one that I do. I don't want somebody to get misinformed. That's not what I'm saying here. I'm simply saying that in the past, probably, I don't know, I think I've had 3 or 4 people, and it's actually been just random people off of Instagram and stuff like that have hit me up and asked me to do them a custom. And since I really wasn't familiar with them, I did charge them a little bit of money for one. This was early last year. So again, I was still kind of relatively new to the customizing aspect of it. So I was only charging 20 bucks. I was still putting in the work and still making them look as good as I could, and they did turn out pretty good for what they were, and I felt like they were worth the $20. But over the past month or so, I've actually had a couple people kind of just a couple friends and stuff like that saying oh, have you ever thought about selling them, blah blah blah. And I have, I've always tossed around that idea, but to me, I always thought that my work really wasn't worth what I would ask for it or whatever, blah, blah, blah. I didn't even think my $20 custom was worth 20 bucks, but, I don't know. I mean, maybe you guys beg to differ, which, that's awesome if you do. And, maybe you thought, your stuff's definitely worth 10 times that much. I mean, I guess your work is really, it's only worth what somebody is willing to pay for it, bottom line. So I have kind of tossed around the idea, and I've been doing just some thinking about it, and I have decided that this year I'm just going to try it out, and I'm just throwing this out there right now. I'm not going to be very pushy about this, guys. I know that this economy is absolute crap right now. I know that, not a lot of people have a lot of extra money, especially when it comes to customs, stuff like that. So I'm not going to be very pushy about it. Basically, I'm just going to throw this idea out here, and if it sticks, it sticks. If it works out, that's awesome. And if it doesn't, then it's no big deal. I will just make customs for my close friends, myself, and, you know, keep doing my my freebie thing. It's really no big deal, and I'm not looking to get rich off of this by any means or any stretch of the imagination. Simply, it's just going to be reinvested into my hobby, my passion. It's going to be reinvested into supplies that I need, castings if I need them, just anything when it comes to customs, that is what it's going to go back into. And I just want to make that very clear. I'm not doing this to, you know, quit my full-time job. You know, that would be amazing, but that's just, it's not why I'm doing it. You know, and like, that's what I said, like in the beginning of starting YouTube. That's not why I got on YouTube, is to get rich quick. So yeah. With all that being said, I did write down a list, and essentially I kind of broke it into two separate things. Granted, these two separate kind of, I don't know what you want to call them, kind of like categories. You know, things can be mixed and match and whatever, you know, I'm not going to be 100% like this is how it has to be, but essentially, I have wrote down here for, this is what I'm going to just call a basic custom. And my basic custom is going to be a paint job in clear coat, obviously. All my customs get sprayed in 1K clear. Wheels of your choice. Exterior and interior detailing. You know, that's like lights or dash work, seats, whatever you want. I mean, this is all going to be up to you guys if that is what you choose. They will all come in a display case, of course, and I am screwing all my customs down and stuff like that. I do have to find better screws, but the ones I have now do work. So yes, they will come in with a display case, and then decals as well. If you want, you know, if you want flames, if you want moon eyes, if you want rat pink, if you want golf, whatever it may be. So all of that, I'm going to be asking $40 shipped. That's everything I listed. That's out the door, tracking, the whole nine, $40 shipped. I felt like that was a pretty relatively good price. And I'm not basing this upon other people like Hewitt's or anybody else or Jakarta. You know, this is just simply what I came up with, what I thought was fair for what I can do. And like I said, you guys can agree, you guys cannot agree. That's 100% up to you. Like I said, it's not, this is not going to make or break me. I'm just simply doing this to try to, you know, help reinvest into what I'm passionate about, and that is customization on these little cars right now. So yeah, so that is what I am considering a basic custom. Now I'm going to talk about what a full custom is. And a full custom is essentially all of that stuff. It's a paint job with clear coat, it's decals, it's wheels, it's details, it's a display case, and then if you want, and I should have wrote this down, but any sort of premium casting, which is metal on metal, if you want something like that, that will fall into this category just because they are a lot more work as far as the base and everything like that. So that will fall into this category. But then if you want any 3D printed parts, now I'm not doing crazy gassers like Hewitt's and like building my own bases and suspensions and stuff like that, but I have full-on motor swap things, added motors, added 3D spoilers, exhaust, I have seats, I have a diffuser. I mean, I can get anything you guys basically want. You would just have to let me know. But any sort of 3D part, that is probably going to require some sort of modification to the casting as well. That is going to be tied into this full custom. So it's a full top to bottom deal. And I'm going to be asking $50 shipped for that. Like I said, if it's metal on metal, that's definitely a lot more work. And then, you know, 3D printed parts, I mean, most of them are pretty cheap, but I mean, they're super fragile and they take a lot of time to paint and detail. And then you have to cut the casting up and fit them and attach them and all that jazz. So, oh, and then like if you would want like a roll cage, for example, as well, if the casting doesn't already have one, that would fall into that category also. And then a little side note here, if the casting is provided, meaning you guys send me the casting, it will be at no extra cost to either one of those. So I will not change the cost. you know, if you guys send me one, or maybe it's one that I happen to have. So yeah, and then also another little side note here, putting the car back on the card is also available as well. I can also, you know, detach the blister, pop the car out, and if you want it to be back on the card that it came on, I can also do that as well at no extra cost too. So that is what I have wrote down there. So basically $40 gets you one thing and $50 gets you another thing. And that is, again, shipped, tracking, the whole 9 to your door. So like I said, I mean, your work is only worth what somebody is willing to pay for it. And you guys can be like, oh, that's completely fair. Or you guys could be like, you're out of your mind. I'm definitely never going to pay that. And like I said, guys, I'm not going to be very pushy about this. It's not like every time I show you guys a custom, I'm going to be like, hey, buy this, buy this, buy this. I mean, that's just not the kind of person that I am. And again, I'm not looking to get rich quick off of this. So with all of that being said, and please in the comments, let me know if you have any questions. You guys can email me or DM me on Instagram, whatever it may be. But without any further ado, I'm going to show you guys my first custom that I am selling. And this is going to be for the $40. And this is basically, I did this one to just show you guys what I'm capable of. If you're new here, if you're not new here, then you definitely know what my work looks like, especially if you have one of my pieces. For you new guys, you guys can go back and look into some of my other videos. I have almost all of them posted. Whenever I finished up a custom, I would always do an overview of it, so you guys can go check out those videos as well. I post shorts on them. I take pictures of them, put them on Instagram, so there's plenty of stuff, references to go off of. So but yeah, so I just finished this one up, and it turned out really good. It does have two kind of very minute flaws on it, just things that I just wish I would have saw or could have done a little bit better, but 99% of it is just exactly what I wanted it to look like. It's nothing too crazy, but again, this is just to show you what a basic custom of mine looks like. So without any further ado, here is what I made. And again, this is available right now. It's basically, I guess, kind of gonna be first come, first serve. So, I mean, if you want it, just let me know, and you know, you can email me, DM me, whatever it is. I do only have PayPal. That is definitely my preferred method of transaction, but if you don't have PayPal but you really want it, I'm sure we can work something else out. So I will stop talking here and I will show you guys what I came up with. Boom, right there. So I went with the Porsche 911 GT3 RS, and just did it in a, this is actually a new color I picked up. This is called Crimson Red. Yeah, it doesn't have any metallic or anything in it like that. And no, this is not the same color that came on this thing. This thing did start out as a red Porsche, but stripped that off and went with this Crimson Red instead. And then, yeah, added some small detail work to it as well. So I did not do anything with the headlights there. I did add a very tiny, very pain in the butt Porsche logo right there. I did, I had these, what are these? The Rocket Bunny, I think, or Pandem. I forget, I think these are, almost, okay, yeah, it is Rocket Bunny. Sorry, I had to use my skateboard as reference. So yes, these Rocket Bunny logos, they were just black and red, so they kind of just tied in with it. So I just slapped those on the door. And then that is one water slide in the back there, the taillights, and then there is the license plate, and that's the first little kind of, like I said, this is just such a very tiny detail to not really worry about, but and I don't really know how well it will show up on camera, but I don't know if you guys can make that out. But I did kind of accidentally trim the license plate a little bit too low in the middle so it doesn't go straight across up top. I know, guys, it's probably like, really, you're really worried about that, but it's just, I'm very OCD when it comes to this stuff, guys. So yeah, that's as, oh, and then I did also add the carbon fiber up top on the roof. And then as far as paintwork details go, on the outside there, I did do the spoiler there, like the I guess the supports, and then the ends of it. I did it all in a nice gloss black. Mirrors are chromed out there, as you can see in the reflection. And then yes, that is the factory roll cage, and I chromed all of that out as well to tie in with the wheels. This does have some detail work done on the gauges, and I did like the little clock radio in there. And then these seats all have dark red paintwork done on the outside of them, and the inserts are just the factory black color, so it is kind of looks like it's like stitched in red on the outside. I know you guys really can't tell in there, but I promise you it's there. And then we will move on to the wheels. These wheels came off of the wide body Chevy Nova, that green one, like the Boulevard one. And I'll tell you what, guys, this thing, they were a pain to get to tuck up in there and get the fitment that I got with these things. I mean, they are just right there on the fenders. I mean, but they look awesome with that nice deep dish chrome lip on there with the T37 style wheels. And it does roll. It doesn't roll the best, but obviously I'm intending these to just sit in their display case. I mean, I do not make them to be running down a Hot Wheels track or anything like that, or to be really, like, I guess, played with. Obviously you can move it around and set it in a diorama if you wanted to, but yeah, so it does roll. Like I said, it's not the greatest roller I've ever done, but it does roll. And then that also brings me to, where is it? Oh, it's on this side. The other slight issue here that I had is I did grind just a tad bit too much off of the front there. It's, again, guys, I know it's probably nothing too major, but I mean, and you guys may have not even noticed it if I didn't put it out, but it just kind of bugs me a little bit. But again, it's nothing too crazy. It doesn't make it look like super wonky, you know. It's not like it's like a big, you know, open gap or anything like that. But yeah, so again, it's just two little small things, but again, it's like 99% perfect, at least in my eyes. And clear coat came out nice and glossy and smooth on that thing. Oh yeah. So yeah. And then, oh yeah, I did chrome out the exhaust tips in the back. And then on the bottom, it really didn't have anything to detail, but it does, all my customs obviously come with a strictly Diecast stamp of approval. And as you can see, it is drilled and tapped as well. Look at those meats. Oof. Some fat tires. I'm telling you guys, this thing was a chore to get those wheels under there. Could have went with something a little bit more low profile, but I don't know, I just thought that they would look really good on this casting. So yeah. There you have it. So again, this is currently for sale. This is the first time anybody is seeing it. So again, this will be a first come, first serve basis. And also real quick, you know, I would be open to doing multiple of the same casting. So like if a lot of people wanted, I don't know, like a Moon Eyes gasser, for example, you know, I would be open to do like 2 or 3 of those at a time. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of gearing this more towards just individual pieces. You know, I can't think that a lot of people would want this exact same Porsche, but if that is something that somebody would be interested in, like 5 of you were like, oh my God, like I want this Porsche, you know, I could definitely make it happen for you. So yeah, so again, this is all just food for thought, guys. I just thought that I would throw it out there. I just feel like I am comfortable enough to where I can finally kind of ask a, I think, pretty fair price for my work. You know, I definitely think that it is worth it. And again, I'm not going to be very pushy about any of this as well. I'm basically just throwing it out there, see if it gains any traction. And if it does, great, that's awesome. Can't wait to make something for you guys. And if it doesn't, then oh well, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. So yeah, just let me know what you guys think. I would love to hear your feedback on this. So please drop a comment. And I will quit rambling on here. So the next video will be Thursday, and that is going to be my super huge, ginormous build off reveal. I just got that one wrapped up this weekend, and it turned out freaking awesome. I cannot wait to show you guys this. Don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet. Definitely gonna want to keep it, but who knows. I'll decide that later on, but I cannot wait to show you guys that. So that will be the next video, so hope to see you there. And have a great rest of your week, and a great start to your week, because you guys will be seeing this Monday. And I will let you go, so please hit that thumbs up button. It greatly helps me out. Drop a comment, let me know about everything that I said here, whether you think it's a good idea, bad idea. If you're interested, whatever it may be, just let me know. And hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And we will see you Thursday. Peace.